What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan. I'm BT21, and today we're coming at you with another video. We decided to do another deck profile for the Digimon TCG and the BT21 format. Yes, we did all our deck profiles we usually do, but there was a lot of decks out of BT21 that we really wanted to give a try. And after testing a bunch of different decks and kind of getting bored of some of them more than others, we decided, let's try another one. So we are doing a purple-red Megidramon deck. This is the deck that has been really taking the meta by storm. It's been topping at least a quarter or more of each regionals. Megidramon's doing really good, which is honestly feels really wrong to say because usually Megidramon and Gallantmon hasn't been good for most of the game, and now we had Digimon X-Antibody be its first kind of meta topping deck for Gallantmon that was very popular. And then we had now we have Megidramon, so we're really we're hitting bat on the Digimon stuff, the Digimon line. So we're gonna be talking about the new Digimon line we got in BT21 that is pretty much for Megidramon and Chaos Gallantmon. So I'm hoping we get a cool Chaos Gallantmon down the road. But I'm really loving this deck. It's a lot of fun. I love purple-red shenanigans. Especially with some of my favorite characters like Digimon, Gallantmon, and Megidramon. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the deck profile and see what we like about this deck and see why it's so popular right now in the format. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. All right, well, we got to start out with our Digi Eggs, and it is, of course, going to be 4 of the Digimon promo that we just got from the last tournament pack, which is on deletion. You may return 1 card with Groundmon or Gallantmon in its name from your trash to your hand. So it's in name, so you can add X-Antibody cards. So really, really good. Just gives you a lot of your pieces. You got to run 4 of this. There's no other way to do it. Okay, and then we move on to our level 3s here. We're playing 4 copies of the new Digimon from BT21, which digivolves on a Digimon or a hero trait egg for 0 cost or 1 on anything else, and then has on play by trashing 1 card with Digimon, Groundmon, or Gallantmon, or Megidramon in its name, or the hero trait from your hand, draw 2. So pitch 1, draw 2. This deck likes to see stuff in the trash, so this is a really good card. On deletion, gain a memory inheritable. Makes it so that when you kill your stuff, you maintain turn. We also, of course, have the Digimon X-Antibody, which is on play when digivolving. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Groundmon or Gallantmon in its name, or 1 card with X-Antibody among them to the hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. You don't play X-Antibody in this version of the deck, so unfortunately you're never drawing 2, but you're always getting another piece. You also have the your turn once per turn inheritable when any of your opponent's Digimon are deleted, gain 1 memory, and Digimon cost 0, so digivolves on Digimon for cost 0. So just that extra free draw, free digivolve, and search. Super good, super consistent. You got to have 4 copies of it. And the one thing is I don't know, and somebody would have to check this for me, is when it is inheritable when any of your opponent's Digimon are deleted, gain a memory. One of the cards in this deck nukes itself and everything else on the board. We'll get to that later. I'm not sure if it nukes your opponent's Digimon if you get to use this inheritable to gain a memory before, your guy dies. But, well, that's something I'd have to check in rulings. I'm not 100% sure, but either it works or it doesn't work. We're also playing 3 Rush Digimon because you do have cards that let you play Digimons for free when they're blown up. And so just especially if you get your opponent down to no security and they kill your guy and you're like, okay, put out a Digimon, rush attack for game, because you are going to be trashing a lot of stuff. So if you have 20 or more cards between both players trash, it gains rush for the turn. So really, really good. And the Digimon gains rush for the turn, so even if you digivolve him up a little bit, you're still maintaining that rush. That is it for the level 3s. Seems a lot small, just 11, but the deck space is so tight, and you have so much searching potential in this deck. We play 4 copies of the new Groundmon from BT21. Says the same on deletion, gain 1 memory. Digivolves from a Digimon in name, cost 2. On play when digivolving, delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 DP or less, which is really good because it gets rid of those floodgates. And then if this effect didn't delete, trash the top 2 cards of your deck, so it helps you mill. So that's really good. You got to play 4 of him. We also play a 5th Graumon. We play the EX3 Graumon that has and it's errated, so it's not on deletion. It's when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon of 3000 DP or less. If no Digimon was deleted by this effect, both players trash the top 2 cards of their deck. Really good effect. You still want to trash stuff. Digivolves on that Guillaumon, if the name contains Guillaumon, for 2. I would rather play Black Graumon from EX4 just because I like his ability better to get yourself a piece back and is on deletion. But unfortunately, we play X-Antibody cards in this deck, and it just doesn't work with Black Graumon. It's the only unfortunate. If it said, like, Graumon, in name, that would have been really awesome. But, it doesn't, so we have to play this. And then he has the when attacking inheritable to pop another Digimon on your field and gain security attack +1. Not going to happen a lot of the time, but it's there if you can make it work. And it's just another target because we do play 4 copies as our other level 4 of Graumon X-Antibody. And this is what I said, like, if it said Digivolve for a card with Graumon in name, that would be really cool because then you could play the Black Graumon, but because it doesn't, you got to play the regular Graumons because it only Digivolves for 0 on Graumon. When Digivolving, draw 1, trash 1 card from your hand. So you're drawing twice basically because you draw for Digivolution, then you draw 1 for the effect. And then if Graumon or X-Antibody is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards until the end of your opponent's turn, it gains on deletion. You may play 1 card with Guillaumon, its name, from your trash without paying the cost. So when your stack dies, you get back a Guillaumon. So you can get back a Searcher, you can get the Rush Guillaumon, you can get the on-play Guillaumon. You're good. Same X-Antibody inheritable. When any of your opponent's Digimon are deleted, gain a memory. So same thing as the Guillaumon X-Antibody. That's it for our level 4s. Just the 9 copies. Again, deck space is super tight, but the consistency of this deck is pretty good that you never have to really worry about it. 4 copies of the brand new War Graumon from BT21. Digivolves on a Graumon in name. Thank you. Level 4 with Graumon in name for 3 costs. On play when Digivolving, trash the top 2 cards of your deck. Then this Digimon gains Raid and Retaliation until the end of your opponent's turn. When attacking once per turn, this Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with Megidramon or Chaos Gallantmon in name in the hand, and then for every 10 cards in the trash, in both players' trashes, reduce the effect's Digivolution by 1. So you can Digivolve for very cheap, which is really good. Digivolve when attacking, which is also really good. And then on deletion, trash your opponent's top security card. So you're generally you're trashing at least 1 card plus whatever you check. So you gotta play that. We also play 2 copies of the War Graumon. Now I see people playing the Skull Greymon from BT14. I'm not really into that. I'd rather play this. I'd rather play the line support. Digivolves for 1 on a War Graumon. When Digivolving until the end of your opponent's turn, this Digimon can't be returned to the hand or decks and gets plus 3000 DP. Then if War Graumon or X-Antibody is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with 10,000 DP or less, which can activate another card in your deck, and we'll talk about that later. And then inheritable security attack +1. So if you do get him and you don't care because you got enough memory, you got enough cards that help you Digivolve for cheap, and you don't care about going in for the attack, you can play this and then you're checking more cards. So it's just there for kind of win more and draw more and all the cool abilities. And we'll show you why we use that in a second over the other guy. So that's just 6 level 5s. You're just like, wow, all the counts are really low. Play 3 Megidramon, Heart and Soul of the deck. Megidramon's really good. I feel like I don't need 4 copies, but because you can get recur it from trash. You can Digivolve into it from trash in some senses. You can recur it from trash with the Digimon. I just don't think you need 4. Digivolves level 5 with Graumon name for cost of 4 instead of the 5 that's on it, which is already really expensive. Security attack +1. So again, you're checking at least 2 cards with every attack and then trashing when your stack dies. End of attack, once per turn, delete all Digimon. So this nukes the board. This is black hole for... Sorry, not black hole, dark hole for Digimon. On deletion, you may play 1 cost 3 or lower Digimon card with Guillaumon or Graumon in its name in your trash without paying the cost. For every 10 cards in both players' trashes, add 2 to this effect's play cost maximum. So the cool thing is you can play a War Growl. You can play a War Growl if you have at least 20 cards between both players' trashes, because you would add 2 and you would go from 3 to 7. If you have just 10, you can play a Growlmon, so it gets you up your line faster. You can play a Guilmon, and so if you have the X-Antibody Growlmon underneath, you can play that you played that turn. You can play up to 2 cards, 2 Guilmons, or a Guilmon and another level 4 or 5, depending on what you have, which is really, really good. Rule, his name is also treated as Chaos Gallantmon, so he is technically a Chaos Gallantmon, so that's really cool. Just really powerful and helps you just get through your opponent's stuff really, really fast. We also play some of the Gallantmons. We play the new promo Gallantmon. Of course, this has, when this card would be played, if there is a Digimon with 13,000 DP or more, reduce the play cost by 2 for every 5 total cards in both players' trashes. So, and that just says if there is a Digimon with so it doesn't have to be your opponent's. So yeah, so you can play this if you have a Megidramon on board. So that's really cool. And then it has Rush Blocker on play. When Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 13,000 DP or more. If this effect didn't delete, recovery +1. So recovery is really good. Rush is really good. And because you're milling stuff, you can play this. You can Digivolve into this for reduced cost as well, because of, the War Growl. But you can also play this later in the game once you've trashed a bunch of your security. We also play one of its counterpart, which is the BT13, the original one that has the same effect. When you would play this card from your hand, if you have no Digimon, so this is a little bit different, you have to have no Digimon to play him, reduce the play cost by 2 for every 5 total cards in both players' trash. The same kind of thing, but just different requirements. It gets Rush on play when Digivolving, when attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less. If no opponent's Digimon was deleted by this effect, delete one with 13,000 DP or more. So it kind of misses the little mid gap there. So you got to watch out for that. So that's why it's not as good anymore. And we play one Medieval Gallantmon because it's Gallantmon name. And you can also, suspend your opponent's Digimon or your Digimon to play it for cheap, play it for 7. And then you get Alliance and Vortex plus when Digivolving, you may suspend one Digimon. Then you may delete one of your opponent's 8,000 DP or lower Digimon, and then for each other suspended Digimon, add 3,000 to this DP deletions effect maximum, which is really, really good. And then all turns once per turn, when Digimon are played, you may activate one of this Digimon's when Digivolving effects. So whenever your opponent plays a Digimon, you can potentially destroy it off the bat on their turn, which is super good. It's why this card is one of the best, kind of level 6 meta calls, and you can play it in the deck. It is a Gallantmon card, so you can search it with anything that searches a card with Gallantmon in name. And I think so you can't use it with the War Growlmon ability because it has to be Megidramon or Chaos Gallantmon for the reduced cost. So you can't use it for the reduced cost, unfortunately, which would be broken, but still it's a really good card in the deck. And it's only a 3-cost Digivolution anyways, which is nothing. So that's it. That's all of our level 6s. A lot of level 6s. Didn't cheap out on that one. Lastly, we have Analog Youth, 4 of them, because you need to trash cards. So revealing 3, adding a Digimon that you need for your line, and then trashing the rest is good. Plus, when the Megidramon dies, you tap it and you gain memory. Plus, you can gain so much memory. If you have a couple of these on board, plus the inheritables, on deletion, gain a memory, you can easily put the turn back to yours when you kill your stack, which can be really, really good. Especially if you play a bunch of Rush Guilmons and then attack for game, right? So there's that as well. So playing 4 of that is good. I might cut it down to 3. I was thinking about this. You don't really need 4. I feel like 3 would be a good number. Right now I'm liking 4, but if I were going to cut it down, I would cut it down to 3. Just so that I could play more cards like Memory Boost or Wisdom Training, because of some of my choices. A lot of other people are running 3 or 4 consistently of these cards. I'm only running 3 and 2 just because I don't like Purple Memory Boost as much, because it puts stuff on the bottom of the deck that you don't want on the bottom of the deck, especially because since you can only grab one piece. I like Training better because it's 50-50. I like Analog better because it puts the stuff in the trash, which sometimes makes it more accessible than putting it on the bottom of the deck. So I definitely do like certain things more than others. But yeah, maybe I'd play a third memory boost. If I cut this down, we'd have to wait and see. And just because these cards are consistency cards, helping you reduce your digivolution costs, gaining memory, so you don't have to worry about not having memory tamers, is super important. And getting your pieces is super important, so that's why you max out on those cards. Other card we play is the Digimon I designed, 2 copies of that. While you have a Takato, you can ignore the color requirement. Nah, not going to matter. Your egg is purple, and everything else you have in your deck, except for Medieval Gallimon, is red purple, so it doesn't really matter. And then while you main, draw 1, trash 1 card in your hand, so filling your trash. Then place this card in your battle area. Your turn, when effects delete Digimon delay, one of your Digimon with Guilmon or Growlmon in its name may digivolve into a Digimon card with Growlmon, Gallimon, or Megidramon in its name in the trash without paying the cost. So this is where, putting stuff in, this is why putting the Megidramon in trash, like even if you have 3 copies, isn't bad, because with this card you can digivolve into it, and this is where the War Gromon X-Antibody is good, because it deletes something 10,000 DP. If you go up the stack and you go into War Gromon X-Antibody for 1, the chances are you can maintain your turn. If you have this on board already from last turn, you can digivolve into a Gallimon or a Megidramon in your trash, and then attack for free, and then attack. So it's really good. And then the security ability is gain 1 memory and place this card in the battle area, which is actually really nice. So it's kind of like a security bomb, because it could potentially stop your opponent from ending you that turn if they hit that card. And it puts it there for the next turn. We play 1 copy of Calling from the Darkness, because it's 1 cost that you don't even have to pop anything to add 2 cards back. Super good card. It's limited to 1. That's why you play it in a purple deck. Jack Raid, again, limited to 1. You trash a lot of cards. Late game, this is really good because it gains you a lot of memory. And then security, it's again a security bomb, because it gains you 2 memory and stops your opponent from killing you. Lastly, we play 3 copies of Grab Crush, because everything is red, and Grab Crush helps you basically go for game. Extends your turns to the point where you can OTK. So that's why I play 3 copies of Grab Crush. This deck will probably get Grab Crush hit for once and for final. And lastly, you play Red Scramble. Play Red Scramble over purple, because every card in your deck, every Digimon, is red, other than obviously the Digimon, but that doesn't matter. And again, not sure about the ruling, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure once this is on board, you don't need a Digimon on board to activate its delay effect. You just need a red Digimon on board to activate its first effect, which you're going to do because you're going to digivolve for cheap. And then even if you only have like a Digimon in the back, all of your guys are red, and it does allow you to put Medieval Gallimon. If you play purple, Medieval Gallimon, you can't put them on top of your deck. Not that you would generally choose to do that, but it makes sense because everything in your deck is red. So that's why we play the 1 Red Scramble. So generally, this is the deck. This is how I like it. I don't think I would change a lot of things here. Like I said, maybe you're dropping Analog Youth. Maybe I'd play a 4th Megidramon. Maybe I'd just play more option cards. That would be kind of the difference. But right now I'm liking the deck how it is. Very competitive, very fast, turbo-y, and we just really love it. And just seeing Megidramon on top is really cool. And I can't wait for like a cool Chaos Gallimon card to come out that makes use of all this stuff. But we'll have to wait for that later. And tell me what you guys think about the deck. Do you think it is a fun deck? Do you think it's really good? Do you think it's too good? And what do you think is going to get hit, since it's being topping so much? But I hope you guys enjoy this as always. Maybe we'll do another one before EX9, maybe not. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. That's all for now, folks.